Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a coach for all of your coach needs. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, please do remember to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell next to the subscription button if you're new around here. That'll make sure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And not only that, it's worth mentioning that I have been building a lot of bus related tutorials. So if you've built this bus, you may feel like building one of the other 3 buses that I have just behind me, and we also have a modern bus station as well, fit with interior and exterior too, so that might all interest you. You can find all of that out in the card system description below and the top of the comment section. But without any further ado, let's get started. Now, just before we start building, everybody, here are all of the materials that we need to make our coach. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. The amount of space required to make the coach is a 4x14 block area as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground. Do feel free to make this grid in your world if you do feel as though it may help you out. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Do make sure that you've got all that stuff. Make sure you got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready, and once you are, we can begin. Step 1, my coach building friends. Come all the way over to the front left-hand corner of your grid, if you've made it. Now, what's tricky is, not only do we have to move to the right by 1, but above the starting position, which is not the front left-hand corner, but the block directly to the right of it, we want to place a quartz slab that is hovering half a row off the ground, just like that. And what we then want to do is place a grey concrete right of the quartz slab. We then want to place 6 quartz slab right of the grey concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then place a grey concrete, 2 quartz slabs, grey concrete, quartz slab, extend the quartz slab across by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we can simply copy what we have done on that side directly onto this side. So there's no real need for counting or even any instructions. Just make sure that whatever it is you did on that side, you apply directly onto this side. So we also want to fill the base of our coach in as well. We're going to fill it in using some quartz slabs. And once you've done that, we can now move on to the first bit of detail that we're going to add. And we're actually going to focus on the back of the coach, oddly enough. On the back of the coach, I want you to place 2 blocks of quartz right in the middle of the back of the coach. Reason being is because we want to place upside down quartz stairs left and right of those blocks, and it is actually just much easier to place the solid quartz blocks first. You want to place black concrete on top of the quartz blocks. We then want to place glass on top of the black concrete, and then we want to place block of quartz on top of the glass. And then you can actually fill in like the left and right sides, like you can fill it in using some block of quartz. We are going to place item frames in front of the upside down quartz stairs and also above them as well. And luckily for us, we actually have the materials that we need to fill them in. You want to fill the bottom pair of item frames in using some red concrete, and you want to fill the top pair in using some orange concrete. And those basically brake lights and indicators, or turn signals, turn lights, whatever it is you might be able to call them in your country. Blinky blinky, I also like to call them. So now that we have done the front part of the coach, we are going to flip over here, aren't we? And we're going to do the front part of the coach. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to place black concrete on top of the front 2 middle quartz slab blocks. We're going to place upside down quartz stairs left and right on top of the 2 black concretes. We're going to place 2 whole rows of glass. That's going to be 1 and 2, just like this. And then what I believe we can do, funnily enough, is we can actually extend the upper glass, like the left and right, and we can extend them both backwards towards the back of the coach. We can't do that with the lower part, but we can indeed do that with the upper part. So we want to have something which should look like that. You can see we're quite nicely forming the shape of the coach. We are going to place a row of quartz stairs on top of the front of the glass, and then we're going to place black concrete on top of the roof. Now, when it comes to the roof, you actually have a couple of different choices. You can just straight up fill the top of the coach in using black concrete, or if you want a little bit more headspace inside the coach, nobody will know, and I won't tell, if you place quartz slabs at the top of the coach, and then you'll have a little bit more headspace as you navigate the inside. Plus, it kind of looks cool in a way anyway. So that's not looking too bad so far. What we're also going to do is place some item frames on the front of the coach. This is going to be like here where we have the 2 upside down quartz stairs, and you're going to want to fill them in with like a white block. Quartz block is what we have on us, so that's what I'd recommend. Above the wheel, this is the right side of the coach, okay? So in my country, the UK, this is where we would typically like get on a vehicle, like on this side of the vehicle. But if it so happens that in your country you do the other side, then feel free to swap it over. But this is where we would get in. And here we're just going to place a row of block of quartz just on top of the wheel. We're going to leave a gap of 1, place another row of block of quartz like top to bottom like this. We're going to extend the bottom of the quartz block all the way towards the back of the build like this, and we're going to add a black stripe of black concrete exactly like so. And once you've done that, we're actually going to do a similar-ish sort of thing on this side of the build. So on this side of the build, we're going to have an entire row of block of quartz running front to back just like this. We're now going to make the window a bit bigger on this side, because this is where the driver would be. So we're going to give him a bigger window. We're going to place 1, 2 blocks of glass, and then a block of quartz, and then an entire row of black concrete. And that, if you can see why I may have done that, is because it coincides with what we did on that side, except we've got glass where an empty space would otherwise be. So it looks a little bit better for us having done that. Now this coach looks a little bit flat at the moment, but I'll tell you what makes the world of difference, and it's hard to place. I'll warn you that now. So what we basically want to do in front of, it's so much easier. Let me do it, and you guys will see what it is. These are meant to be mirrors, like for the driver. Sometimes you have these big mirrors which kind of remind me of like floppy dog ears that hang off of the front of the coach, and it really does make the world of difference in adding those to your coach. And those are basically just to represent mirrors. You don't really have to place anything on them for it to look good. What else are we going to do? Well, around the coach, and we'll probably need some of these materials again, but for the outside, we'll need some buttons, we'll need some oak signs, and that should pretty much be it. I'm just going to place buttons in the form of license plates just at the bottom front of the bus. That adds another material to the spectrum. And we're also going to place the same thing on the back, but simultaneously, we are also going to be adding buttons to the wheels as well. So not only do we want our coach to have proper wheels, but we also want it to have license plates on the front and the back, number plates, license plates, whatever you want to call them, car registration or vehicle registration. Now, once you've done that to the outside, we're actually going to head on in inside, and we're going to do something kind of cool here, because you'll notice that the bus is actually quite tall, isn't it? Especially because we added that half row of slab. So we're going to need to, first of all, we'll need to make the driver's seat. That's going to be quartz stairs. We need to give him a steering wheel. That's going to be item frame and a music disc. We need to give him a gear stick slash like door opener. That's going to be a lever slash lever. And we're going to need light grey carpet, smooth stone slab, and light grey concrete. And funnily enough, we have just enough room for all of our stuff. So the seat is going to be directly opposite the entrance. So walk in, seats here. We're going to give the driver a steering wheel, so that's just a music disc. And we're going to give him, again, you know, that can be something mechanical for the vehicle, whatever you want to imagine it may be. We're going to place a carpet next to the stair here. We're going to, that's another thing that we're going to do, actually. We're going to give the driver a little bit of separation. So behind the seat, we're actually just going to have a couple of rows of black concrete, just like this. Not to the ceiling, but just so that the driver's got a little bit of like a headrest, a little bit of separation. And basically, next to this separation, we're going to place a smooth stone slab, and we're going to fill the rest of the base of the vehicle in using light grey concrete, kind of like this, right? And then we can place the seats, and it's as easy as that. So the seats are on the left side so that we can like walk up and down our bus quite easily. And we're just going to leave a gap, seat, gap, seat, gap, seat, and then that spaces rather nicely, evenly. And as we get to the back, and then we've kind of got like a double seat at the back. So quite a basic coach, but works very, very nicely. Would look great in your world, and of course it would be a great addition to your bus station, which you may or may not have made. So this is what your coach would look like once it has been 100% fully completed, ladies and gentlemen. This is a nice standard looking coach where people may take long trips. You may have been on one of these if you've ever been on like a school trip, or if you have ever taken just like a bus trip anywhere. You may have been on something that's very, very similar-ish to this actually. We have the driver's seat and we have plenty of room. Unlike the other buses, there's not really any advertisements in here as we already know where we're going, so that's pretty much it. It's just a nice basic coach. Good stuff. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to make any more bus related tutorials, as you can see, we actually have a whole collection of buses. They're all different, every single one of them. We even have a bus station. The bus station is completely done on the inside, and we're going to have a bus stop as well. You can check all that out in the card system description below and the top of the comment section. And if you are done with making buses, if that was the last thing that you ever want to make right there to do with buses, then we do have a load of other city builds as well. So you can once again find those in the same place, card system description below, top of the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!